Hey guys, Dave here. Well, today we're doing something a little different. We're doing a hog farmer's bake. Yes, a hog farmer's bake with apples, ground pork, hash browns, and biscuits. It is going to be so good. I don't think you're going to find this on the interweb anywhere. New experiment, so let's try it, but I think it's going to come out great. So let's get started. So first off the old bat, the ingredients, we got some apples, some ground pork, of course. Over here, some hash browns, onion, garlic, butter, flour, some chicken broth, Dijon mustard, a little bit of cinnamon, some Italian seasoning, heavy cream, and our biscuits, pepper, salt, and the old Worcestershire sauce. Okay, to kick things off, got the old pan here heated to over medium-high heat, and I'm going to add that pork in, break it up a little bit. And of course, I'm cooking with the old cast again here. Like I say in every video, I just love casts. I don't know if I cook with anything else. I keep saying that, but let me know what you think. Now we're just going to go ahead and stir and fry this up until it's basically cooked through. This will only take a few minutes. Well, the pork is frying up. I'm going to grab up the apples. We're just going to peel these. I mean, you don't have to peel them, but in this case, I'm going to go ahead and peel them. Of course, you can use the apple of your choice. I'm using Honeycrisp here because they're a fairly sweet apple. But, if you wanted a bit more tarty, you can use Granny Smith or Fuji or Fiji, whatever apple you like. Now, once the apples are peeled up, I'm going to take my old core and slicer, just push down on that. Look at that. Look at the job it does. That's fantastic. It does a great job of coring them, making them into wedges. I don't know where I got this thing. I think it was the dollar store or something like that. It was, I don't know, $3 or $4, but one of the greatest inventions I ever got. Now, once they're sliced up here, I'm just going to take them and cut them, and we'll just kind of cube them up into manageable chunks. I'm going to fry these up. Okay, this old ground pork is pretty much fried up here, so I'm just going to shove everything to one side. If you get a lot of excess fat, you can drain it off, but there's not too much here. It looks pretty good. Then I'm going to go in with a good knob of butter. It's about a tablespoon, something like that. Just kind of let this melt down. Add in a small chopped onion and about 3 cloves of the old chopped garlic. I'm just kind of stir and saute this just for a few minutes, maybe 2 or 3. Of course, like I always say, until that wonderful, wonderful aroma fills the air. Now, once you got a pretty good cook on those onion and garlic, I'm going to throw those apples in. Yeah, we'll just kind of stir this around in that onion and garlic and butter for a few minutes here, just till they begin to soften a little bit. And you might be saying, well, why apples? That sounds funny to me. Well, apples and pork, they always go together. You always see the pig with that apple in its mouth and all that. I've always had pork with applesauce, and I think it's such a nice combo, apples and pork. Now, you're going to think I'm totally batty here, guys, but I am going to go in just with a little touch of cinnamon over those apples. Not too much. This is totally optional. I mean, you can leave it out, but I think that's going to add some nice additional flavor to it. We'll see when we taste it, but I think it's going to be good. Okay, those apples have begun to soften a little bit, so we're going to mix everything together here. The apples and the pork. And of course, you can always use more apples if you want, or less, but I might have gone with another small apple. Now we're going to season things up with a little bit of salt. I don't know, about a teaspoon, something like that. Some ground black pepper. I don't know, about a teaspoon and a half of this. A little splash of Worcestershire sauce, maybe a couple of teaspoons just for that depth of flavor. And a teaspoon or 2, of course, my all-time favorite, the old Italiano seasoning. Once again, we'll give everything a stir around here. Apple overboard. We're nicely mixed here. Once again, I'm going to go to one side of the pan. That's the good thing about this big old cast iron pan. You got lots of room in it. Then I'm going to go in with a red bell pepper, just for a bit of additional sweetness and some color. And a cup of hash browns. Give these guys a quick stir around till those peppers soften a little bit. Mix everything together once again. Next up, we're going to go in with that flour. This is just going to thicken things up a bit when you put the liquid in. This is about a tablespoon. Just stir until that everything's coated with the flour. Okie dokie, pour in 3/4 of a cup of chicken broth. Now, if you have pork broth, you can use it or vegetable broth, but in this case, chicken broth is fine. Half a cup of heavy cream. And we'll just stir and simmer this until things begin to thicken up a little bit here. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to go in with about a teaspoon of Dijon mustard, just to add that tardiness. You can use yellow mustard too. Now we've thickened up here. I'm just going to kill the heat. Now what I'm going to do, guys, is grab up a can of this Pillsbury Country Biscuits. And I'm just going to remove the wrapper. I always do this. The pop always scares me. Let's see if we can get the pop here. There we go. And there they be, the biscuits already made. Now, of course, we're going to take those biscuits up, and we're just going to spread them over top of the mixture here. Now, of course, you can do these biscuits by hand, but, you know, you can buy these for, I don't know, $2 or $3, something like that. So why would you do them by hand? But sure, you can do it. Get some Bisquick or something like that. That's fine. Now we're all made up here, and our biscuits are over the top. We are just going to slip this into a 375-degree preheated oven for about 12 minutes or so until those biscuits bake up. After about 12 or 14 minutes, we are pretty much done it. And just look at those biscuits, nice golden brown. Everything should be hot, and oh, it's going to be so good. Now, of course, I'm just going to garnish this up with a bit of greenage. You can use parsley, cilantro, whatever you like. And there you have it, my friends. Our rustic hog farmer's bake with apple hash browns and biscuit. The whole family will love it. Everybody will love it. All right, guys, let's go in and lift this up and see what we have here. Oh, to me, it looks pretty good. Just look at that. Not too wet, not too dry, just about perfect. And those buns, I bet you they're going to be so good. Okay, guys, a few tips. There are probably just a million variations to this. I mean, you know, from the type of apples you use to the seasoning you use, whatever it might be. If you want it a little wetter, like a little more soupy, of course, you can add a little more chicken broth or pork broth, whatever you're using. You can add more bell peppers or don't add bell peppers at all, but I think it's pretty good as it is, but the taste test will tell. I don't know how it would freeze. The buns certainly wouldn't freeze very well, but I think the rest of the mixture would freeze well. So go ahead, do your own variation and drop a comment below and let me know what you think. All right, I'm going to scoop some of this up, guys. Just a little bit of bun and, of course, some of that mixture. Make sure we got the apple, the whole shebang, and just give this a taste test. Alrighty then, down the old hatch. You know what, guys? This is surprisingly delicious. I mean, you've got that apple, that little sweetness, and that is still a little bit crisp. There's just something about the flavor that is really good. And there's that little tiny hint of cinnamon in there, but everything just comes together so nicely. I mean, without the word of a lie, you've got to make this up because it is well worth it and you are going to love it. And if you do make it, drop me a comment, let me know because I love to read them. Most of all, like the channel, like it helps the channel out, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe, and of course, I'm going to have more of this, and we'll see you in the next video.